Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu'alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone. Let me introduce myself. My name is Firdaus Akbar Pangestu. You can call me Firdaus. And my student ID is 126 126 My presence number is 23. And I'm from class 40 of English Education Department in State Islamic University of Said Ali Rahmatullah Tulungagung. And here in this video, I would like to do my final exam, that is to present an academic text, that is a journal that I have reviewed before, and the title is The Comparative of Indonesian and Western Culture in Live Action, a study of cross culture. In this slide, you can see about the journal and the reviewer, who is me, and here are the table of contents. There are introduction, identify the author's questions or problems, summary the author's theoretical framework, the methods used by the author, and the last is the author's finding and suggestions. The first point is introduction. Actually, why people need to discuss cross culture? The very correct answer is to help people acquire attitudes, knowledge, and skills needed to successfully function within their microculture, mainstream culture, and the global community. The purpose of it is to make people realize they are not life alone on the world, but still many people that have own way in life. And then the rest why we need to study about cross culture. Mulyana 2005 says that the failure of communication often arouses misunderstanding, financial loss, and even great disaster. Okay, the next point is identify the author's questions or problems. Human communication is very important. That is why cross-culture study function to ignore the misunderstanding about communication. Communication is a basic way of human life. That is why the study about cross culture is to know the way of doing communication when meeting a new environment. Our success in communication depends on how far we understand others' feedback. Based on that case, we can see how difficult communication among people different cultures. It can be imagined how difficult communication can be if the source and receiver are in different contexts and share a few symbols. Okay, the next point is summary the author's theoretical framework. Indonesian and Western people are different to respond to some questions. About these questions, in Indonesia, these questions are normal to be asked. However, they can be asked even they are not too close or not the family member. But for Western people, these questions are impolite and need to avoid. For the example, have you get married? In Indonesia, you can say, "Kamu udah nikah?" This question is not a big deal for Indonesian people because marriage status is very important for people that stay in Indonesia. Marriage status is something that needs to inform everybody because this status is a benchmark of happiness in life. But for Western people, this question must be avoided because marriage status is not to be published. Marriage status is about the personal problem, and they can stay together even they don't get married. The next example is, what is your job? Or kamu kerja apa? Job is something important. Everybody wants a good job, and in Indonesia, everybody wants to tell and shows their job. That is why in Indonesia, this question is normal to be asked. No matter what kinds of job they have, they will tell about it clearly and specific. But it is forbidden to ask for Western people. It's mean that it's impolite to be asked. It's about personal life that cannot be touched by anybody. Western people feel uncomfortable with that question. The next example is, how old are you? Kamu umur berapa? This question is also a normal question to be asked in Indonesia, because in Indonesia, to make sure we are going to act polite to call someone, we need to ask the age. It means that if the listener is older than the speaker will use specific code to the listener, such as kakak, abang, ibu, bapak, kakek, or others. And it's the purpose of Indonesian ask about age. But in Western case, it's quite different. Asking a man's age is not a big deal for them, but asking a woman's age is a big deal to do because it's impolite to ask a woman age in Western. Asking a woman age means you don't respect them, you are disturbing their privacy, and it will raise their perspective about you are not a good man to reference. The next example is what is your religion? Agamamu apa? This question is very sensitive to be asked in Western. It's about human belief, and if you ask them about that question, in their mind you are racist. It means that you are not good to be friends, to be close and good enough to continue the communication. Because some of them have not religion. That is why this question is not allowed to be asked. It's quite different in Indonesia because it's normal question to be asked. Why Indonesian ask about religion? The purpose of it to make sure we are not wrong to do something. For instance, we are not going to disturb their time to pray and more respect to other people that different religions with us. And another different culture that needs to compare Indonesia and Western is the way to invite someone to the party. When Indonesia made a party, they will send the invitation card to everybody that we don't know exactly they are going to come or not. And the number of invitations cards are more than 100 till sometimes till thousands. But it is quite different from the way Western people invite the guests into their party. They send the letter only the people who close with them, and after receiving the invitation, the guest must be given an exact answers if they are going to come or not. The second way is the host will come to meet the guest and tell she or he will make a party and ask the guest to come to the party or not. And the guest must be given direct questions and about their standing. Where it's different, at the first time, Indonesian culture said that if many cases come to the party, it means the host has a big family, popular, someone has a big high level in society, functionary, or someone very important, and they don't care the food is enough or not. The important thing is many cases come to the party. It's different from Western people, no matter who is the host, and the host only serves the guest suitable with a guest that is confirmed to the come to the party. They are not allowed people who are not invited to the party and who have rejected the invitation to come and enjoy the party because they have been ready food, beverage, a seat for people that have accepted the invitation. Okay, the next point is explain the methods used by the author. This study was conducted by applying a qualitative research design, and the data of this research is utterance, action, and way of life in Indonesian and Western people. Then the source of this research is Indonesia and Western people, and the instrument of the data collection in this research is a video recorder. Okay, the next point and the last is explain the author's finding and suggestions. Cultures is something unique in each region. It adds the beautifulness of human life interactions. The study was comparing two models of cultures, Indonesian and Western culture. The purpose of this study is because Indonesian people learn English as a foreign language, and many kinds of university open the English literature and education program. That is why the study is purpose to people or students who learn English as their study program. Indonesia and Western culture are specifically different, such as ways of life, utterance, and action that allowed in Indonesian but forbidden in Western people. And I think that's all of about my review about the journals. I do apologize if I have a mistakes. And the last I say, wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.